The shadow over Harrods. Al Fayed accused. Mohamed Al Fayed, the former owner of the iconic Harrods department store, has been accused of horrific acts. Women who worked for him claim he subjected them to sexual abuse for decades. These weren't isolated incidents. The allegations paint a picture of a man who used his power and wealth to prey on vulnerable women. Al Fayed bought Harrods in 1985. He was known for his lavish lifestyle and ruthless business tactics. Behind the glamour, a dark side was hidden. Former employees say he ruled Harrods with an iron fist, creating a climate of fear. The accusations against Al Fayed are shocking. They include sexual assault, harassment, and rape. These women say he treated them like objects, not human beings. For years, these women suffered in silence. They were afraid to speak out against a powerful man like Al Fayed. Now, they are finally having their voices heard. Whispers become screams. Decades of allegations. The allegations against Al Fayed date back to the late 1980s. At the time, whispers of his behavior circulated among staff. Few dared to speak openly. The culture of fear at Harrods was too strong. One former employee, Sarah, shared her story. She said he would say things, touch you inappropriately. You just knew you had to keep your mouth shut. Sarah, like many others, feared losing her job if she spoke out. In 1995, the allegations against Al Fayed became public. A British newspaper published an exposé detailing his alleged misconduct. More women came forward, sharing their own horrifying experiences. Despite the mounting accusations, Al Fayed vehemently denied any wrongdoing. He dismissed the women's claims as lies and attempts to extort money from him. For years, they suffered in silence. Now they are finally having their voices heard. Harrods' dark secret, enabling a toxic culture. Lawyers representing the victims argue that Harrods, under Al Fayed's control, became a breeding ground for abuse. They claim that the company's management turned a blind eye to his behavior. Harrods was his kingdom, said one lawyer. He ruled it with absolute power. Anyone who dared to question him was silenced. The lawyer went on to say that Al Fayed used his position to intimidate and control his employees. The culture of fear at Harrods was pervasive. Employees were afraid to report any wrongdoing, fearing they would lose their jobs or face other repercussions. This toxic environment allowed Al Fayed's alleged abuse to continue unchecked for years. The women who worked for him were trapped in a system that protected the abuser and silenced the victims. Section 4. The price of silence. Victims speak out, seeking justice. In recent years, more and more women have come forward to share their stories about Mohamed Al Fayed. They are determined to hold him accountable for his alleged crimes. One victim, Emily, bravely spoke to the BBC about her experience. "He stole my dignity," she said. "He needs to be held responsible for what he did." Emily's story is heartbreaking, but her courage in speaking out is inspiring. Lawyers representing the victims are pursuing legal action against Al Fayed. They are also demanding a thorough investigation into Harrods' role in the alleged cover-up. The victims are seeking justice, not just for themselves, but for all those who suffered in silence. They want to ensure that no other woman has to endure what they went through. Section 5. United in Truth, the Power of Collective Action. The case against Mohamed Al Fayed highlights the importance of believing survivors and amplifying their voices. For years, these women were silenced by fear and intimidation. Now, they are finding strength in numbers. The #MeToo movement has empowered women to speak out against sexual harassment and assault. It has created a space for survivors to share their stories and support each other. The collective courage of the women who have accused Al Fayed is bringing his alleged crimes to light. Their collective voice is a powerful force for change. Section 6. A Tarnished Legacy. The fight for accountability continues. The allegations against Mohamed Al Fayed have tarnished his legacy. The once revered businessman is now facing serious accusations. The reputation of Harrods, the iconic store he once owned, is also under scrutiny. The fight for accountability is far from over. Al Fayed has never been formally charged with any crimes related to the allegations against him. However, the civil lawsuits filed by his accusers are ongoing. The victims are determined to see justice served. They want to ensure that Al Fayed is held accountable for his alleged actions, and that Harrods takes responsibility for its role in the alleged cover-up. This case is a stark reminder that power and wealth do not exempt anyone from the consequences of their actions. It also highlights the importance of creating a culture where victims feel safe to come forward and report abuse.